Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So we're going to be looking at Eternal Crusade because they have a brand new patch out. Patch 1.8.26. I know, Eternal Crusade and patches. What marvelous blessing is this off the Emperor. Now, everyone knows my relationship with Eternal Crusade. I really truly want the game to be a success. I really do. There's some things in this patch which I really do like. I got to give it to the team who've put it out. They've made some fantastic stuff. There's some bits in it which make me facepalm again, but we'll get to that at the later stage of the video. First thing I want to show off is some of the new features, and one being the new Successor Chapter feature, which you can see in the background of the video now. This is the Flesh Tearer, and you can get this by playing, of course, the Blood Angels. Now, this skin is 10,000 RTC. You actually purchase it if you go to the store and you go down to appearance, and you should be able to buy it in here. Of course, I've already bought mine, so I can't really show it off in the store, but it's in here. 10,000 RTC. Once you've bought it, you go to loadouts, you edit your loadout right here. You go to appearance, and there's another tab here that says Successor Chapter, and you just equip the Flesh Tearers. Now, this is one of the things that was promised way back, where the chapters that were in game were supposed to be getting successor chapters. Like, if I recall correctly, the Imperial Fists were supposed to get the Crimson Fists, the Ultramarines were supposed to get the Nova Marines, the Dark Angels, I think it was the Angels of Absolution, and Space Wolves, I think they were just going to get like the grey kind of skin, since they didn't really have successor chapters. Now they have successor chapters with Primaris, but Primaris are not really in this game. Overall, absolutely great feature. Really do love it. I think they've made a fantastic approach at adding successor chapters in. It's just, we need more. One is cool, but come on, give us the rest. I'm sure it's not that hard to do to skin some stuff. So hopefully we'll see more of this in the future. One thing I actually do want to show off, which I just didn't show off there, is that you can actually change the appearance of this as well. So, for example, I've got the Mark 5 head on it at the moment. So, if I go to backpacks, I can give it the Mark 3 backpack. If I just equip that and like, I don't know, left shoulder. Let's put this Blood Angel, this fancy thing on it here. There you go. It does cover the Flesh Tearer symbol and stuff. So they haven't really worked that out. There we go. Like, they haven't really programmed it that well, but you can kind of edit some of your chapter pieces to try and blend it in. If I just save that guy, we'll go back. You can see, look, he's got the Mark III backpack on him now. So that is something I really do like. Flesh Tearers are an awesome chapter. I'm sure there's a lot of fans of Flesh Tearers out there. But come on, give us some more, and I'm sure a lot more people will be happy. Now, on the note of new skins, we do have some more skins which have been added to the game. This one, for example, is the Phobos Spartan Bolt Gun, and as you can see, it's 10,000 RTC. I'm not going to pay 10,000 RTC to buy this, since I don't play Ultramarines. No, I ever will. But you can see that there's a nice little skin added to this gun now, which again, I think is really cool. It adds a bit more character to the game. This is the kind of stuff I expected to have when the game got released, because what the problem is at the moment is that the player base has dropped so much that it's very hard to get a game unless you're organizing playing times with the community. So if a random person come and purchased this game, he's probably going to find it very hard to jump into a game of people. But again, I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video, because that is like a whole different subject. You've got stuff like this one as well, the Stalker Bolter for the Blood Angels. I've got to say, I'm not really a fan of this one. It looks like velvet. I'm not too sure. It looks like cheap velvet wallpaper you'd find in like the most sleaziest of bars and stuff like that. I'm not too sure what they were doing with this skin. You know, if they're going to do like Blood Angel, at least put some Blood Angel drops on it or something like that. The way this looks is just, it's just not nice. Well, that's my personal opinion. I just don't like the way this looks. It doesn't blend. It looks like it's just like a flat, matte color. Like they haven't like put any like, you know, like this kind of like battle damage kind of like to make it look like a gun. You know, kind of metal. It just doesn't sit right with me. I'm not really a fan of this skin. Now, if we head over to the Dark Angels, as you can see, we have a new helmet for the Dark Angels. It's that winged Captain Feather, which I have always found hilarious. He looks like a beautiful swan. If you're going to be hiding behind a box or the crate, this is probably not the best helmet to wear because you're going to be sticking out very, very badly on the battlefield. So this is one of the new helmets they've added. It looks good. It really does look good. But practical-wise, when you come into a battlefield, I think it's just absolutely stupid. But it's the rule of cool. If you look cool, who really cares? So Dark Angels, you can now look like a beautiful swan gliding through a lake of heresy. Now we also have a new map that's been added to this game called Canyon Wasteyard. This is a close quarter map and there's no vehicles allowed in it at all, which is great because I'm much more of an infantry person. I like to go around as little squads, screw like predator tanks and rhinos. They can cause so much havoc and damage and all that kind of stuff. The only problem is I cannot show you this map because I'm having such a huge problem of finding a game at the moment. There's just no one playing the game at this time of recording this video. I am recording it at 11:23 AM British Standard Time, and if we go over to Steam Charts, I've just screenshotted this at this time on Steam Charts. There is 62 people playing this game. And you can see like from September, August, July, the player numbers are just dropping. Peak player numbers, the arse has basically just completely fell out the game, and you can't really blame people because you know this update has only just come out now. People have been complaining about server lag, you know, lack of content, and you know all that kind of stuff. So people have just basically walked away from the game, and you can't really blame them for doing that because they're going to games which are getting attention, which are getting content given to them. For those of you who don't know, Behavior what's it called? Is it Behavior Interactive? I don't know what the bloody studio's called now. Let's call it Behavior. Behavior made the new game called Death Garden, and I think it was like a kind of PvP. I'm not really familiar with like the basis of it. So most of the team from the Eternal Crusade team, like for example Kate, who was a community manager, all got moved over to that project. Some of the sound guys, well, I think all the sound guys got moved over to that project, and that was supposed to be like the flagship game for the company. And from what I've heard through the grapevine, that game has been a huge letdown. It is not hit its targets, and apparently Behavior is in some financial crisis now. Again, this is all through the grapevine. I don't know if this is true or not. If those of you who have played Death Garden can give some information about it, what is going on with it. But I've heard there's a ton of balance issues with it, and people are just walking away. So if that is the case and the studio is now in financial troubles, what does this mean for Eternal Crusade? Eternal Crusade was never like the flagship kind of game, even though I hoped it would turn into that kind of game. But if Behavior is in trouble, then what is the future for Eternal Crusade? I can't see it being a happy future. At the moment, the only developer I know who's actively working on this project is a chap called Jbreg, and he's probably the one who's brought you all this awesome content, so thumbs up to him. Nathan, who is the lead producer or something, I don't know really what his title is. I haven't saw him on the project in a few months. For the people who are still in the community who I speak to, they've told me that Nathan has basically gone back to Iceland. He's still part of the company, but they don't really know how much he's involved. So I don't know what the hell he's up to. Hopefully we'll hear something soon, like, is he still around? Is he still active in the project? Who bloody knows? There's a huge list of other stuff which has been added to the game, like new grenades, new stun grenades, that old nade trick you used to throw your grenade and shoot it and kill everyone in the room. That's been taken out now. There's a new standard system with squad leaders. They've actually, all in all, it's a really great patch. It really is a good patch, and I mean that. I just wish this patch happened a year ago. Then I think maybe it could have saved the face of Eternal Crusade somewhat. I personally think it's a little too late now, as much as it hurts me to say that, because I'm still with that Eternal Crusade could be one of the best Warhammer 40k games out there if it was handed to the right person or company to bring that game alive. At the moment, it just needs a ton of cash just to be injected into it, add all these features that were promised. But at the moment, the way it's going, I don't really see that happening at all. And it's such a shame because, like I said, it could have been something great. Alright chaps, that is me done for another video. If you want to see the full list of changes, everything that's been added into this game via this patch, then check out the link in the comment section. It takes you to the Steam page. Everything is listed there. Tell me what you think about this new patch. Are you happy? Are you sad? Do you think it's a little too late? Do you agree with me? just let me know. Let's have a nice little discussion about it. Let's have a mature discussion. Let's not descend into calling each other names because we disagree on certain things and all that kind of stuff. Thank you for watching this video, and I shall see you all very, very soon. See you now, and bye-bye.